Hey everybody, welcome to the Mean Boys Podcast. I'm Joe Dosh.
I'm Keith Carey.
And I'm...
an autistic person's drawing of a twink.
Hooray!
Hooray! Oh, shapeless beanie baby. That's
There's a hole and now I'm lumpy.
You should have a fucking red tie tag sticking off your ear. You adorable dope.
I thought I would be worth more by now.
I was important in the 90s, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly. You're like the Princess Diana beanie baby. You were valued at one time, and now you should just belong with other refuse.
Okay, I think we've had a lot of fun at the expense of other people on this podcast, but I draw the line at Princess Diana, Joe.
Your fucking garage sale identity.
What kind of fucking gay person are you shitting on Princess Diana? That is the most turncoat homosexual move.
It's like 10.
Traitor!
Here's the same thing. Gay people get on me about Madonna, too. I feel nothing for Madonna.
Fuck Madonna.
I agree.
She's the worst.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever
Well,
sing
it's like people are like, Lady Gaga jacked her style. No, she did it better, haters.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, for sure, yeah.
Oh,
Madonna's got like 3 songs. Lady Gaga, listen to the Fame. It's all fucking radio hits, wall to wall.
Dude, our one gay fan is fuming right now. This is just fucking...
How dare you?
This
No,
is
his name is Fuming. Fuming Hemmingsworth. In Boulder City, Nevada.
How much did Lady Gaga crush the national anthem? That is the one version of the national anthem I thought was good.
She killed it hard.
I thought it was pretty whatever, and I'm not just saying that to stir the pot. I thought it was good. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my god, but I was like, it's cool.
God,
I like her.
And she looked like Hillary Clinton at the Hunger Games. It was great.
Okay, well, we're all riled up. I think it's time to get into the Mexican joke off.
Ay, so topical.
Mean.
I'll take it off this week. Mean is definitely tough to top, but here we go. A Japanese lawmaker resigned after admitting an affair with a Tokyo kimono fitter. In other news, kimono fitter declared the new Japanese N-word.
A 500-year-old shipwreck has emerged from beneath the ocean. Experts who were sent to investigate the wreck have issued a statement about their findings saying, quote, ghosts!
Oh, Keith, I'll say you're a real Scooby douche for that one.
Oh, no, you Scooby did. It doesn't even work.
You look like the janitor at the abandoned amusement park that they think is the killer through the whole thing, but like, oh, no, it wasn't old Mr. Carey.
I would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for these meddling mean boys.
Yeah.
U.S. Marshals are arresting students for not paying back their college loans. In related news, the irony police have arrested the entire U.S. Treasury Department.
I like that.
It's pithy.
That deserved more laughter.
You know, but it's one of these things where, like, that's humorous. It's not really funny,
yeah.
You know?
It's like a fucking...
It's like a New Yorker cartoon.
We should do the Mean Boys New Yorker cartoons that just say cunt and of...
Oh, God. Okay, we'll think of some, and then we'll get our team of fan art army on it.
Our one person?
Olivia, are you listening?
Yeah. As soon as they
Draw a bear saying the N-word, okay?
By the way, addressing the fans of their creations... we have a Twitter user who started pitching slash fiction about us and then never followed through.
He wrote a pretty solid opening paragraph.
He sure did.
It got me pretty solid. So if you don't finish that, whatever your worthless @ handle is, I will block you.
Some bullshit. Yeah, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
First of all, you've got 18 yaoi pictures to get through before we get into any of these other ideas. So crank those out. A Nazi board game where the players invade Great Britain has sold for £1,000 at an English auction. The collector expects to earn even more money for his next item, Hungry Hungry Butchers of the Balkans.
Can I say I think a better name for the show at midnight would be Hungry Hungry Quippos.
You can say that, but you sure shouldn't.
Well, you guys are not going to listen.
Well, I built up some bomb.
I don't enjoy your jokes, but I'll defend to the death your right to say that.
A planned anti-Beyonce rally floundered with practically no attendance. Would-be protesters said they would have come, but they were busy trying to call the police on their own shadows.
I like it.
Again, pithy, not very good.
I liked it.
If you want to go to an anti-Beyonce protest, it's called Raw Stress for Less, and they're open nationwide.
That was the faggotiest thing ever uttered in my presence.
Hey, you're rubbing off on me.
Oh, God.
Chemical samples showed...
I had a cop once shove my face in poppers and tell me to smell it harder, and that was not as faggy as what just came out of your
shit.
face.
Joe, what kind of buttholes wide shut parties are you going to?
Like, it was for my own
Guys
goat
wide shut.
He He knew I had a show next day and couldn't be sore.
He was serving and protecting.
Exactly.
He knew I was a naughty boy, and I needed to be punished or I wouldn't learn my lesson. Oh, wait, it's time for this week's Joe's Spank Bank. Oh, I want to fill your bum up with cum. I don't know how to...
It's fucking English male dominant.
I want to fill your bum with cum.
Bum. Give you a issue of bum cum.
Give you a cummy bum. A little cummy bear.
Give you a cumble bottle.
I masturbate while Constable knocks me on the head.
You ready? Chemical samples show that the Islamic State has been using mustard gas in Iraq. The Jewish resistance force they were fighting said, "We love spicy mustard, but this is ridiculous."
Oi.
A Spanish civil servant was fired after secretly not attending his job for 6 years. Pompous Americans at tapas restaurants announced he took a 2-year nap after lunch and a 4-year dinner. That's how they live over there.
Lady Gaga paid tribute to the late David Bowie at the Grammys this weekend. Eyewitnesses say Bowie watched proudly from gay heaven, or as it's more commonly known, hell.
I love any kind of like gay hell joke.
I know you do. That was for Connor.
A man has been sentenced to 50 years in prison for his part in filming and distributing Animal Crush barnyard torture videos. No word yet on whether or not Farm Hub and Moojiz subscribers will be refunded their dowries.
Moojiz.
Animal Crush is my favorite Facebook game. You line up a little picture
Animal
of the cats
Crush.
and the high heel comes and knocks them out.
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Everyone's inviting me all day.
It was weird.
Come watch this puppy be sad and then not alive anymore.
Dude, I'm sick of that creepy guy from high school sending me Animal Crush invites.
I mean, I saw him at the reunion, but gee. Scientific American released a list of the most toxic types of animal venom. The list included pit vipers, brown recluse spiders, and Keith Carey's mother's spirit.
There it is!
Hey!
Deadpool broke box office records by making $135 million over its opening weekend. This is expected to usher in a new era of more adult-oriented superhero films, beginning with next summer's Once You Go Black Panther, You Never Go Back Panther.
Hold the silence.
Leaving?
Hold it. There. That was the perfect amount of
Profit? It was
silent punishment. Look, people mispronounce things sometimes.
Fuck you.
We're not
This is
going
all
to
I have.
You are not taking it off me. We're bullying you right now.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, man.
Shove your face in some poppers.
This is going to be like how just like one day on the Cosby Show, there's one of the bitches was just a different black bitch. You know, we're just going to all of a sudden you're going to be a different fat guy.
Can we make a children's movie about Joe like taking care of kids he doesn't like called Mary Poppers?
Yeah, you're trying to dig your way out of the hole,
no,
but
you're
your
digging
shovel broke, and then you hit yourself in the head with a stick.
Laughed and then
You're
realized
digging
the
down.
bit would be funnier if you guys were still mean
He's
to
trying
me.
to dig his way through to China, the other end of the world.
Yeah.
Just tell a fucking joke.
The Obama administration has approved the opening of the first U.S. factory in Cuba. The nothing to see here, totally not a missile silo, innocent tractor company factory is set to open in June.
Australian scientists discovered an albino baby turtle. After the discovery, they recommended Mr. McSpadden put his shell back on.
Oh, man.
Photoshop me onto Franklin's body, and then like MS Paint just paint bucket white his entire skin.
You're like fucking Franklin's like bad friend from down the street who he like.
But my grandma's not here. I have swords.
Oh man, you nailed so many aspects right there.
A Los Angeles family sued a local Denny's this week for making them and other African-American customers prepay for their meals. Another stroke of bad news for the company after last year's ill-fated menu edition, Moon Crickets Over My Hammy.
I liked it.
I don't get it.
A moon cricket is a racial slur. They have a dish called Moons Over My Hammy.
Well, okay.
And you are very gay and don't go to Denny's. Good job.
Yeah.
Turkish planes have violated Greek airspace approximately 22 times in the last 24 hours. In the same time frame, Turkish odor violated airport nostril space approximately infinity times.
They're a fragrant people.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, that was...
I have one more I can share. if
Okay.
you'd like. Vladimir Putin has Vladimir Putin has mobilized 8,000 Russian troops to the Ukrainian border for, quote, military exercises. One of the army's favorite exercises includes shoot a 90-year-old woman against a barn jumping jacks.
Aye, so mediocre.
It wasn't worth it.
Nah, it sure wasn't.
Quick sidebar. While we were walking up, me and Keith saw two cholos selling cookies door to door. And I feel like all the names of their cookies are just like different like nicknames for the people in the gang. Like, to get tag along, we're going to Samoa's house.
Oh, Jesus, there's like bathtub meth underneath some Thin Mints.
Do you want a box of double fudge little spiders?
I feel like
trying to raise money for a trip.
Fudge in, fudge out, Holmes.
I feel like two competing gang members have like daughters in the Girl Scouts, and they like can't be outsold by MS-13s. So they just have the whole force of the gang behind it.
Oh my God, El Carbo.
El Chaco.
Damn it! Why the fuck? How dumb do I have to be to not see El Chaco?
I mean, I liked El Carbo better.
El Carbo
I mean, it didn't work, but
I'm just trying to riff on top of the riff, man.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? I think the beauty of this podcast is that we work together.
Teamwork.
Whether we
makes
work,
the mean work.
we either make ourselves better or we make ourselves worth. Either way, we're all in the same direction.
Teamwork makes the mean work. That's the most inspiring, untrue thing I've ever. Okay, I think it's time to get into our next segment.
I think so too.
The emotional dunk tank.
Splash.
We're not dropping the jingle in. It's just you going splash.
I'm fine with that being the jingle.
You can play like a beatnik bass behind it. Doom, 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 splash.
Duncan, Daddy.
God, you have the body like an upright bass.
This week in the dunk tank,
Fell over.
Antonin Scalia. He just passed after he lost his long battle with karma. It was pretty sad. And I wrote that on Facebook, and then The Onion did it. So, hey guys,
Your
funny.
version was better than the Onion's.
Yeah.
I think it was too. I'm as funny as The Onion. Okay, where's my writing jobs?
Yeah, exactly.
Internet. Okay.
You were interesting in the Bush
I
administration.
want to write a think piece. I can't even say it. I don't really even know what they are.
Makes your mouth bleed a little bit.
Yeah.
Think piece.
Why is one of my teeth loose? I don't understand.
Oh, God. Fucking Scalia was such a piece of shit. He looks like a cab driver who would sniff the seat after his passengers got out.
He looks like he always just found out he's not getting his Christmas bonus this year.
Like
The kids want a pool!
He's like if Danny DeVito and George Costanza did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
Yeah. God, and he was the most anti-gay justice we've ever had. And ironically, he looks like what Barney Frank would look like if he stayed in the closet. There's lots of shame,
Wow.
self-loathing weight.
I just want to point this out. Another comic, Adam Pozzi from Seattle, pointed out that he looks like the baby from Dinosaurs.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
So all I could think when I heard that was just, who decides what happens to a fetus? Not the mom.
I'm dissenting. Have to hate me.
Oh, man. Oh, shit, I had one. Yeah, I think, like, when he was created, like, there was, like, Keith Carey was the good half that, like, got jettisoned away and was, like, raised by wolves, you know?
Yeah. The wolves did the better job.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of veiled Dragon Ball similes going on here.
Oh my God! Well, and to be fair, like Reagan wanted to nominate an Italian judge because he wanted some diversity in his gay genocide aid squad. He don't want, if it's just a bunch of white people working to let the most hurtful epidemic.
That's the Supreme Court's version of like, hey, Black Widow's a chick, the Avengers are diverse.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the people on Facebook who are like, hey, you guys, let's not celebrate like a death, even if it's somebody we don't like. Who like. If you're a Republican, your platform is reveling in death.
God,
like you made T-shirts of it.
Well, and these people are just so insecure, like they don't feel like they exist unless they have like something to say.
Yeah,
on something
like,
that
how
just
do I be the best?
Oh, on a related story, I got into a Twitter feud with one of my favorite AM radio show hosts because my time is valuable, and I was razzing him about teasing Kanye West, and then he quoted that tweet I'd put out about Scalia, and he was like, "Do they have air conditioning in your glass house?" And I was like, no, that my thing was funny. You'd said something like, well, you just get Kim to make another sex tape. Okay, go back to fucking 2008, Mo Kelly. Right?
I'm going to remember this conversation next time you tell me you don't have time to read. You just said, I got in a Twitter feud with an AM radio host. It's a fucking obsolete medium versus another obsolete medium.
Hey, I'm bulking up. I'm an obsolete large now.
Oh, God. By the way, I think the reason that Scalia died hunting quail is he likes hunting quail because he can fit one in each of his jowls.
for the winter.
I got 2 birds in my mouth.
I think he's like had the same jawbreaker stuck in there since the Clinton administration.
Did you hear about his funeral plans? They're giving him a Viking burial. They're just going to push him out to sea in a gravy boat.
Hey, I'll have you know, I'm halfway through Slaughterhouse, a third of the way through Slaughterhouse 5.
Way to go.
Is there, like Slaughterhouse 1.5?
I think you'd take the rest of the year off.
Is this how they rate you on Grindr? You're a Slaughterhouse 1.5?
If you finish that before August, I'll fucking blow you. I win either way.
You get to taste your hero.
Oh God. What an unpleasant interaction that was.
Well, I think we can all agree we're glad he's dead. His body is cold.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we here at the Mean Boys podcast revel in all death.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah.
The force that gives us power.
Literally,
but it's somebody who sucks ass.
If we came in here one week and no one died, what Mexican joke-off would just be nothing. It would.
Oh yeah.
There'd be more fat jokes about me.
We're going to run out of atrocities eventually, and there's
Don't say that. The world's a nightmare.
That's true. Yeah, see, it all works out. It's a good thing Scalia's body is colder than Ayn Rand's cunt. Fucking objectivist twat.
I mean, I've never seen something so dry called the Fountainhead, fellas. Oh, yeah, it's more like the dust head. Am I right over here?
She was like, "You want to come eat this pussy?" I was like, "It was strong."
You libertarian bitch!
Are you doing objectivist Dice Clay right now? Selfishness is the only virtue. Whoa!
Hey, the Church of Satan makes some good points. That's all I'm saying over here. All right. Well, that was the emotional dunk tank, and I think that was a great first half of the show.
I agree.
We're recording this during the day, so we're all peppy, and we gotta pay the bill somehow. I think it's time for a word from our sponsors. When you step into the voting booth, remember that Keith Carey physically can't step into a voting booth. The average dimensions of an American polling station are 3 feet by 4 feet, and Keith has an average width of approximately 8 feet. Keith Carey won't be able to negotiate with Putin. The American taxpayers will have to pay for 2 plane seats every time he flies to Russia. Keith Carey says he won't raise taxes. If taxes are anything like his pants, I believe him on that one. Keith Carey is fat. Our last fat president was named Taft, which rhymes with shaft, something Keith Carey has been known to enjoy. How can we expect him not to flip-flop on the issues when he flip-flops on his sexuality? Keith Carey's campaign is funded almost entirely by corrupt corporations and big butter. Keith Carey's vice presidential pick is a gas station cinnamon roll. How will a cinnamon roll cast the tie-breaking vote in the Senate? It's an inanimate object, and besides, it's full of so many preservatives it will probably outlive him and it might become our next president. America can't afford to make a cinnamon roll president. America needs someone to lead, not to feed. Paid for by Kale.
A ripping good soiree, don't you agree, Danforth?
Yes, sir. Ripping good. Indeed, sir.
Yes, everyone agrees my formal events are the toast of Westfordshire, and by Jove, I mean to keep it that way. Danforth, standing by the cabinet of crystalware, who invited Worthington to my party?
Who, sir?
Worthington, my social rival. He's dedicated his very existence to destroying my cultural standing. I can't have him here. He'll embarrass me in front of the Countess. Oh, hello, Countess.
Hello, Billingsley. Truly top-notch backing out you've thrown. Top-notch.
Oh, thank you, Countess. I have found that Worthington.
Hello, Billingsley. A fine party you've thrown. I particularly enjoyed your Belgian champagne flutes. I believe they were quite the rage last season.
Oh, my.
Worthington!
The next day.
Danforth! Who let all these escaped rhesus monkeys into my study? They're hurling their excrement, Danforth! My Monte Cristos are tainted with the feces, Danforth! Who is to blame for this?
Mr. Pendergrast, sir.
Ah, Pendergrast, that old whip. What a delightful prank from the Oxford scoundrel.
Just a moment, sir. It appears it was a Mr. Worthington, sir.
Worthington!
Several months later.
Danforth, I'm in the hospital. What happened, Danforth?
You were in a horrific crash in the Aston Martin, sir. Both of your kidneys were crushed beyond repair, sir. We've had all feared you dead.
Hey, gods!
You required an emergency transplant at once if you were to survive, sir. Because of your exceedingly rare blood type, there were no matches in the hospital's reserves. There was but one compatible living donor within hundreds of miles, and luckily he agreed to donate one of his kidneys to save your life.
But who? Who is this glorious guardian angel of a man?
It is I, Billingsley.
Worthington! But why? It cannot be!
Because I hate you, Billingsley. And I enjoy hating you. I thought I had no purpose on this earth until I discovered the joy of destroying your social standing, and I'll not let your death deprive me of that. So you will live, Billingsley. From now on, every mediocre party you throw, every tedious, uninspired cotillion you host, every breath you draw will be because I have willed it so. I will be part of your very body, Billingsley, judging you, mocking you, until you cannot have a single thought that isn't haunted by my judgmental gaze. Forever. Ta-ta, Billingsley. Ta-ta.
Worthington!
Connor McSpadden has the charisma of a sock puppet. He was molested as a child and lives with his parents. Can you trust a man who's no more than an emotionally stunted baby slut? Can you trust a man who looks like a potato salad-flavored gummy worm? Connor McSpadden hosted a comedy show blocks away from the San Bernardino shooting hours after it happened. An incensed McSpadden remarked, "I hope those dead office faggots bought tickets already," and radicalized schmadicalized. Connor McSpadden wants to be your king of mean boys. Do you want a leader who looks like a transgendered Avril Lavigne? Paid for by the Partnership for Joe Dosh for Princess of Cruelty.
Wretched pig children of America, kneel before Carnok, the blood feaster. Scourge upon your gods, decapitator of the innocent, king of all hellfire. Last month I stepped forth into your realm to announce my candidacy as president of your feeble nation, and now I grace your pathetic ears with a campaign update! I have been traveling the United States in the official Carnok 2016 tour bus, which is less of a bus than it is a pleasure tent filled with the finest ales and whores and carried on the broad backs of my strongest slaves. I've made the rounds, taking hands and killing babies. All of my speaking engagements have been triumphant successes, although your corrupt media refers to them not as political rallies, but mass killings. Leave it to the bastard children of Yahweh to wield their influence against me, but it concerns me not. When elected, Carnok will round up the Jew worms and slaughter their tribe with 8 crazy knives. It is a reference to your court jester, Adam Sandler. It is a reference to your court jester, Adam Sandler. Carnok is funny and relatable. Adjust your perceptions or swallow many spiders. You may have seen my most recent television appearance. The fish princess Ellen DeGeneres taught me the nay-nay. In return, I taught her the true meaning of suffering. Despite my popularity, I have yet to be invited to the debates. Will none of your cowardly journalists speak when faced with the dark truth of Carnok? Raise your voices to the sodomite Anderson Cooper and tell him I will not be ignored. The ancient mystic Sanders speaks of revolution, but he is an old fool. His bones are brittled by age and heresy, and his economic policies are optimistic at best. Hope is a lie, and you are a false prophet. The icy golem Hillary claims she is treated unfairly because of her vagina. Carnok abhors sexism. I will face Hillary as an equal on the battlefield. Choose your finest weapon and come forth to your doom. I will remove your skin to make a pantsuit, and in it I will taunt your mourning daughter. Rumblings on the wind say the one you call Ted Cruz is making progress. Carnok knows the truth. He will never be president. Your constitution is worth less than whore piss to Carnok, but it clearly states only a native son of America may rule this land. And Ted Cruz is no American. The one you call Cruz is of another race. In my realm, they are known as the Underdwellers. They hide in packs on the banks of the Great Sulphur Lake, emerging only to eat their daily meal of jagged rocks and goblin smegma. I see your true form, Cruz, and I will destroy you. Heed my word, I will fill your anus with snakes and throw you into the sun. Anyway, busy times ahead. More rallies, more press, and I will be appearing on Saturday Night Live because you weak-minded imbeciles demand your kings pander to you like common fools, and also because Carnok is a big fan of Kenan Thompson. But remember, vote Carnok! It's change you can be drowned in! Joe Dosh claims to be what this country needs. But what do we really know about Joe? Joe is from South Dakota, birthplace of nothing interesting ever, and yet he doesn't even have a meth problem. What kind of sick man looks at the most boring place on earth and thinks, well, this is just fine? What is he hiding? Joe claims he'll be tough on foreign policy, but how can he lead our troops when his hairline is constantly retreating? Joe is gay, but not like fun, sassy Will and Grace gay. Sinister, back alley gay, giving secret blowjobs to your dad gay. How could we expect Joe Dosh to stand up to ISIS when he's always on his knees? Joe claims to be tough on immigration, but his southern border has been wide open since the day he discovered poppers. Joe promises sweeping economic reform laws, but if his legislative actions are anything like his work at the Comedy Store, they'll never pass. If we wanted a half-retarded Nazi sympathizer, at least Donald Trump has money. Vote no on Joe.
This Valentine's Day, if you want to put a smile on that special lady's face, go to Jared.
Oh my God, you guys, look, Michael proposed last night. He went to Jared.
He went to Jared.
Whoa, he went to Jared?
He went to Jared.
He went to Jared.
Jared.
He went to Jared.
Oh my God, he went to Jared?
Jared?
Oh my God, it's totally Jared.
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 He went to Jared. So make sure you stop by Jared. All right, and we're back. Wow, I mean, for a podcast that's in its 8th week, we had about like 20 minutes of advertising.
We
didn't
sure
we?
do.
We sure did.
It's really odd.
By the way, we should ask the audience to vote on who should be president of.
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
or America
I
or
think we
whatever
all-
this
Okay,
is we're
well, I
doing.
mean, we had some. It's political season. We had some ads play, so we'll put out a Twitter poll.
Yeah.
And hopefully, some of our Russian spam bot followers will contribute.
We vote number one Ray-Bans, American USA tit.
You can get, you can,
Keith, I didn't know you spoke spam email so fluently.
yeah, if you can vote, you can be declared a Mean Boy superdelegate.
That just means you get to fist Joe.
Yeah, well,
Get him right in the pooper pack.
everyone wins.
Everybody.
All right. Well, our trusty producer is actually not with us this week, but that doesn't change the fact that we have a round of which of the following. Sha-na-na-na-na, mean.
That should play in between every segment.
I really, I want to get it to. Oh, dude, I'm gonna do that from now on because I have been using like little radio, like or like, but now it's gonna be sha-na-na-na-na, mean.
You gotta have the guitar behind it. So,
I'll figure it out. I will do that.
I'm gonna watch you bleed.
This week's Which of the Following is actually been suggested by one of our listeners, the hilarious and talented Ryan Buds. Check him out. He was in the movie Sharknado. He's a good friend of mine. Very, very funny guy. He sent me this list on Wikipedia, and I could not resist. So, guys, which of the following is not a real Wild West gunslinger?
Oh, outstanding.
A. William Curly Bill Brocious. B. Shotgun John Collins. C. Jim Killer Miller. Or D. Quick Jimmy Slick.
I like Brocious. That's like a minor character in Deadwood. That's a
Curly
good-
Bill is real dumb, so I feel like it's real.
God, these are all good.
I'm inclined. I think.
Oh, I think all bills are curly because you write them on that big brown parchment, right? And you got to roll them up.
Yeah, then you post them so you can find outlaws and bandits.
Yeah.
Actually, cattle rustlers and such.
Yeah, I can't be rustling cattle.
Saddle thieves.
I'm gonna go with Jim Killer Miller.
I'm gonna go with Shotgun John Collins.
I think you could definitely rustle a claim jumper. The fake gunslinger is D. Quick Jimmy Slick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's no Slicks. No, there's no family of Slicks that like moved to the Wild
The
West
Slicks of
from Ireland.
The Virginia Slicks?
Yeah.
That's the kind of dicks that you suck, Virginia Slicks. They're like extra skinny.
They changed their name from Mick Slick when they moved from Belfast to avoid anti-Irish discrimination.
Number 2, A. Cool Hand Connor O'Neill. B. Jessica Thunder Thurston. C. Boone Helm, a.k.a. the Kentucky Cannibal. Or D. Dynamite Dan Clifton.
feel like there's a lot more Kentucky cannibals in Lexington just because of the meth problem.
We ran out of chips.
I'm going to go...
Joe, if you could also talk into the microphone like you're a broadcaster.
Oh, excuse me.
It might help.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm going to go with Dynamite Dan Clinton.
I'm going to say Cool Hand Connor.
The fake gunslinger is Jessica Thunder Thurston.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, it's a lady. They couldn't do stuff then.
No.
Not really.
Yeah, they just manned the smelling salts
Yeah,
in the
they were-
apothecaries.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like-
they were
like-
wearing bonnets and getting fucked near where they make beans.
Exactly. Like Annie Oakley was like the Lindy West of the Wild West. They just kind of were humoring her.
awful and
The
shit?
whole thing. Yeah.
Do you think if Annie Oakley knew like the douchebags that would wear her sunglasses, she wouldn't have even gone for a life of notoriety?
Oh, I suppose not.
I've never been in an Oakley store that didn't smell like weed. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, yeah, it's all
I don't know. Do they just like put a nug next to the air conditioner ventilator and like just let it like
Yeah,
fumigate?
it's called Bro-Pourri.
Yeah, when you go...
Just a Monster Energy drink, like a nug of some dirt weed.
That's how you find them.
Some
They're not,
Axe.
they're not even on the mall directory.
3. A. Cornelius Lame Johnny Donahue. B. Richard H. Rattlesnake Dick Barter. C. Jefferson Randolph Soapy Smith Smith. Or D. Cliff the Undertaker Underwood.
Oh God! See,
Rattlesnake
I have.
Dick.
Well, yeah, but no, his name is Richard, and that so like Dick was usually.
Oh,
yeah.
See, that's what I
It
said.
It didn't mean that once
know-
you fuck him, you got 8 hours to live
Yeah.
unless someone
I
sucks his
was
cum.
like,
You
did
got
the snake get his dick or is his
no.
dick the snake?
Keith,
I'm very
when he fucks you, you need someone to suck the cum out of your pussy before it spreads.
God.
Oh God, that's what it is. Like his dick is the snake and also the antidote, so he fucks everyone twice.
Yeah.
That's Richard Dick's game.
Shun-na-na-na-na-mean.
I want to think that Soapy Smith is real because people who have like innocuous nicknames, they're usually the most terrifying. Like he'd probably murder people with one of those little Derringer guns and just watch them like shoot a tiny bullet into their brain and watch them just slowly bleed to death.
Yeah,
like
like on-
Soapy Smith, what do you do? Fucked a kid with a hammer?
Yeah.
Like on some No Country for Old Men shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Cattle gun.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say Cliff the Undertaker Underwood.
Yeah, me too.
The fake gunslinger is Cliff the Undertaker Underwood.
Ah, boom.
Get it.
3. Which of the following is not a real Wild West gunslinger? A. Slippery Wilhelm Knight. B. Jack Powers. C. Thomas Blackjack Ketchum. Or D. Harvey Kid Curry Logan.
Slippery.
Also an Indian rapper. I don't.
Slippery Willem sounds like a
I'm
German.
on my pursuit of happiness, and I know day and night I work all the time because I don't have money.
I'm on tech support for happiness.
I'm on tech support for happiness.
Slippery Wilhelm sounds like a German comedian because he's utterly human. Look at Slippery Wilhelm. He falls down frequently.
He steps on the banana peel to display the futility of life.
His antics make me forget that when we die, we all go to the same hell.
Yeah, what is Joe? You're do you know like anything about German comedy? Or they're just people like we will all be merely alive for the unborn.
It kind of like I look up at like German society a lot because I want to go there eventually one day, and that's where my family's from. And I would like they just sound like they like our podcast with less silliness. They just delight and like ha ha ha. He thought he would never face the Grim Reaper's bite, but then he did.
He felt the pain would perhaps end, but he was mistaken.
His foolish hopes were dashed away. How delightful. Anyway, I'm going to say Slippery Wilhelm.
A Slippery Wilhelm for sure sounds like some old-timey, like, gay sex move.
Okay,
Give me
guys.
the old Slippery Wilhelm over at the YMCA.
The fake one is indeed Slippery Wilhelm.
Yeah, we knew.
You were so happy when you wrote that. weren't you?
I don't know. I did this literally 15 minutes before I had to leave.
Yeah, I imagine you just coming up with that and giggling, and then your mom coming in with fresh laundry, and you just stop.
Good, your mom.
I got to put on those PJs while they're still warm, Joe.
I'm creating a fucking podcast network.
All right,
Bro.
the final question: all real or all fake? Richard Little Dick West, Dangerous Dan Tucker, Dirty Steve Stevens, or William Brazelton?
You know what? My brain says all fake, but my heart wants to say all real. So I'm going to say all real.
I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm gonna say all real.
Those are all real, guys.
Ah!
I realized the trick to doing an all real or all fake. When you start making the game, you pick the 4 bat shittiest ones first, and then save them for last. But yeah, William Brazelton.
That's outstanding. It's like all the horrors in the town. There comes old Will Brazelton walking into town. His balls taste like saddles, I hear. You know?
Well, he set up shop in Oklahoma City, and then years later, that's where Brazzers came from.
You don't know how many times during the Mexican joke-off I was trying to think of some kind of pun. I wanted to do Brazzers for my my animal porn one, but I was like, I knew in the moment I would crack and not be able to do the sheep sound.
Like instead of browsers.
No, Brazzers. It's a heterosexual porn site.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought you were talking like web browsers, and you were gonna.
Yeah, that would be real bad, Joe.
Don't be ridiculous.
Like your idea is that much better. Shut up.
Hey,
that is an uninspired sheep sound joke. How dare you, Joe?
Okay,
Me and my Philistine ways over here. Shut up.
All right, well, hey, I think that's the podcast for this week, guys.
I sure do as well.
Keith's recording his album somewhere that's too far for you to drive there at some time you don't care about. Joe is going to be bombing at some kind of casino restaurant operation for a week, and
Connor will be jingling keys in front of Mexicans.
Yeah, I think that's all the plugs. Please leave us a review on iTunes. That helps us out. I want ISIS jokes in the new and noteworthy section. I just think that would be so great if that had to happen. Follow us on Twitter at Mean Boys Podcast. You can send us an email through our website, meanboyspodcast.com.
Vote for president of Mean Boys.
Oh yeah, please cast your vote. All right, this is really serious because we got. What are the stakes for the election?
Honor.
No, it has to be some kind of cruelty that we can leverage over the other ones.
Maybe the person who gets the least votes, they have to take like we write political attack ads solely about them, and they don't get to retaliate.
I was going to say, remember my pitch about the psychedelics episode?
Oh, they have to do the episode on salvia?
Oh, God.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a conflict of interest with Joe's personal life.
Yeah, it sure was.
That's right, never mind.
Yeah, you just have to do it while looking at some of my porn.
Oh, God. We already tried that.
Oh, I just saw a shiver go down his spine.
It really did. Connor's porn opened holes in my soul that God should bolt shut.
How many times do you want to reuse that fucking phrase?
Did I already?
You one-trick pony.
Oh.
Somebody hit Joe's pull string.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to the show. Everyone's nice words mean a lot to us, and we don't have to be mean all the time. Sometimes we can be sincere.
We can be nice, boys.
Oh, I hate this.
Okay,
this feels terrible.
Well,
all right, fucking drown in failure, you idiots. Goodbye.
Go swallow thumbtacks, you pieces of garbage.
We'll see you next week.
Crazy.